Good morning. Oh, I gotta change my back screen. I was messing around with my back screens. Improve self-use. Good morning, all of you joining. I was playing around with my back screen to see what all those were. Now I can't change it off. I don't remember how I did it. So if you guys are just logging in, 8:56, we'll start at 9. Just type your name and here into the chat like normal for attendance. How do I change my screen? Spotlight video. Mint. Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe we are already recording. I was messing around before I got on and I changed my screen, my background. I forgot how I did it.
Oh, it looks kind of neat. It's
Yeah.
like moving.
Yeah, it's like the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how I can't take it off. I can't find it.
I saw something on Facebook that showed your background could be like you're in a Star Wars thing. Like,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I thought, oh, that looks fun.
Spotlight video? Is that what it is? Cancel spotlight video. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know how to change it back.
Well, I mean, I'm good with it.
All right. I was just messing around. I had a little bit of time. I'm like, oh, this kind of looks neat.
Yeah.
And now I don't remember how to do how I did it. So it's 8:57. I am recording. We're just waiting till 9. I've asked those of you who are joining to just go into the chat and say here.
Okay.
And this is the 9 o'clock session. We're doing an 11, so obviously you don't have to go to both, just one, or you can watch the video if neither of them work for you.
How are you doing, Maddie?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired. Yeah. Did you have a nice weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Maddie, your background, your bookshelf looks like it would be good for the Easter Bunny to hide eggs. Lots of places to hide behind you.
Yeah, I'm in the study right now.
I see.
I really like it. It's really pretty.
Yeah. So we've got 8:58 again. I'm apparently coming to you from the Upper Peninsula with the Northern Lights. And
maybe Alaska.
Maybe Alaska, yeah. And you guys are just typing into the chat session here, if you are obviously here, for the 9 o'clock session. Unmute. There we go. We're doing 2 sessions just to provide you more opportunities to join in case the 9 didn't work, but you only have to go to 1. So it's either the 9, the 11, or worse comes to worse, you just watch the video. That's all you have to do. Okay, once again, it is almost 9 o'clock. It is 8:59. We are recording. This is the 9 o'clock. We'll probably just post one. I would imagine they're both going to be the same thing, but there is the 11 just in case this one is conflicting for you. And there's always the video option that will be posted to Moodle. Mrs. Reeve, do you want to, since it's almost 9 o'clock, do you have any good news to start us off while we're waiting for some people to join?
Let's see. Good news.
What'd you do this last week or weekend?
Oh, shit.
Well, I spent a lot of time outside since it was nice. It's kind of windy, but it was nice. So we did some work in the one flower bed that we have. And I had all these dandelions and they were just like taking over. And then this year they didn't even turn into dandelions. They were just like the leaves. So they looked like onions. I pulled them all out and threw them out. I'm just going to start over. We pulled out these horrid bushes that we've had for 15 years, and we found 2 little shrews scurrying around in there. My daughter was trying to catch one, so that was kind of entertaining. But other than that, I mean, if that's good news, that's
Yeah,
what I have.
sure. Let's see. While we're waiting, it's officially 9 o'clock. We are recording. This is the 9 session. Once again, you can join either. You don't have to go to both. Whatever works best for your schedule, the 9, the 11, or if neither of those work for your schedule, of course, we're going to post the recording to Moodle. So fear not. You are typing in to the chat your name and that you're here, and I'll download that at the end. And Miss Reeves shared her good news. So let's see, my good news. Well, we're trying to do, balance this incredibly difficult lesson, or balance our life with my lessons. My 3 kids have school. My wife is going to online school. So getting time in front of the computer is a very tricky balance. So mornings are kind of me, afternoons are kind of my kids, and my wife somewhere in between. So we've also added sort of fun creative lessons. So Ballad and Amble have been doing piano lessons online as sort of their creative thing, and then Kaya's been doing an art lesson online.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're trying to give them some, more fun things to do. Also, Ballad, where we tell stories when she goes to bed, so we're going to start writing the stories down, and Kaya's going to draw them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's some books.
Say that again?
Almost like they could be making books.
Yeah.
One's the author and one's the illustrator.
That's right. Yep. So we're trying to keep creative learning fun and interesting. Anyone out there have some good news, perhaps?
I saw The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly this weekend.
Nice. Sergio Leone, that's the director.
Yeah.
So that's part of the spaghetti westerns.
Yep.
Have you seen then A Fistful of Dynamite?
$.
And well, there's Fistful of Dynamite is Sergio Leone, but it's not Clint Eastwood. It's like Lee Marvin or something. But yeah, Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More. Have you seen those two?
No. No, I haven't. Not yet.
All right, yeah, that's some of my favorite. I love Clint Eastwood and the spaghetti westerns. Those are great.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good, yeah, that's some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Good film history there for you, Sergio Leone. Ben, what do you have?
What I actually have here is some sad news related to the coronavirus.
Oh.
So last week, our neighbor went in an ambulance. Yeah, we saw it last Tuesday, and then a couple days later, he died from it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow, that is too bad. I remember you mentioned.
You might have heard on the news. That was our neighbor.
Wow, I remember you mentioning last week that your neighbor was taken. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I know DeWitt is spiking. I mean, with the nursing home, and I looked at a map the other day, and it looked like DeWitt was one of the darker colored communities there for Corona. So it's certainly important. Mr. McKean sent out a thing just to remind us to, the weather's getting warmer, but to not get lax on government restrictions. That it's easy to get lax, but you don't want to do that. And I saw a study, like San Francisco in the 1918 flu, they were one of the first that relaxed restrictions, and there was all these pictures, like people they were wearing masks and stuff back then. There was people like discarding their masks, and then they spiked like 2 weeks later. And so the whole point of the thing was, don't relax your restrictions too soon. Let's learn from the past. Thus, we are doomed to repeat it if we don't. So I know it's getting warm and it's getting hard, but you got to stay vigilant, at least for a while longer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm finding more and more people that I know who are letting their kids hang out with friends or having their friends over for, I had one pop on my live session and the friend was in the video and I was just like, that was the moment I wanted to just reach out and poof, stop it, and even people, posting things online with friends, and it just, I don't understand why they feel like it's okay. I mean,
Hey, buddy.
I don't know, but don't do that, English one.
Okay, 1 second here. Yes. Oh, I'll be there soon. Sorry, my son's I'm trying to balance life and school. I'll be there soon, buddy. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you are just joining us, you are writing into the chat your name, and as always, we're previewing what is to come. If you have any questions, let us know. If there's any good news, we did do that. If you think of something, we'll ask you again at the end. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Screen, boom. And there we go. There it is. All right. So English language arts 1 week 3. Of course, we've got the 9 and the 11. You don't have to go to both. Choose which one that works. Otherwise, you can obviously watch the recording, and we are recording right now. Remember, the recording will be posted right here as soon as it's done. All the videos that I'm doing are on my YouTube playlist. I don't know if you want to go that way. Otherwise, I think it's the easiest just to click on the videos as you go here. So Tuesday, we've got 5-minute read and think about the following. So it's talking about book talks. Many of you, I think, are far ahead from what I've seen. Some of you have sent your outlines and stuff. I do have a 10-minute video here that talks about a suggested schedule. I actually have the suggested schedule kind of posted here. You only need, to get to the 70%, you only need the mandatory +1. That's all you need. Now, if you want a little cushion, you want to go for more, you're enjoying your book, that's great. Go for more if you want, but you only technically need that mandatory +1 menu option. So this week, I would suggest by the end of this week, getting all your mandatory parts done. That is on the outline, and then also creating a slide for each thing, for each part. So a slide for the intro, a slide for the conclusion, a slide for the plot summary. On the video that I show today, right here, it's called Book Talk ELA 1 Suggested Schedule. I even show you how to create what the slide would kind of look like. So the slides are, actually, I might have gotten rid of it. So watch the video. The slides are bullet points. You're just talking, I think I did Pony Boy as my example. You're just talking the main points and then your script reads over it. So I showed you actually on the video how to upload a picture, how to download a picture, how to put a picture on your slideshow, and what the slideshow would kind of look like, and also what your script would sound like. So I think the video does a good job of kind of explaining not only where you should be by this week, mandatory parts just worry about, and then maybe creating a slide for each, and it shows you how to do those things on the video. So go ahead and watch the video. Use the suggested schedule as sort of a check for yourself to make sure you are at least this far. So that's, by Sunday, you should have, again, the mandatory parts done for the outline, and then a slide for each. Boom, that's it. And then the suggested schedule does go through the next couple of weeks where you should be. So week 4, maybe you're going to do menu option 1. Again, all you need is menu option 1 to get to 70%. And then that would give you week 5. If you wanted to go above and beyond, great. That gives you week 5. I would say week 6, start typing your script. Week 7, you can read the script and do the presentation. Here's the Screencast-O-Matic. That's where you would go to record it. If you are that far, if you are like almost done with it and you're ready to record, I did put up the helpful resources for video creation. There's a couple tutorials there, and there is the thing I use to create my videos. It's called Screencast-O-Matic. It's very easy. It just simply shows your screen while it records your voice at the same time. So you're just showing your slideshow while you're reading your script, and it records the whole thing. But again, that's down the line. If you are that far, great. That's why I put it there. If not, watch the video. I mean, I would watch the video either way because it talks about the suggested schedule and it talks about slide creation, okay? So that's the suggested schedule video, and it matches the suggested schedule PDF that I put right here. I'm even asking you to watch, again, I know you guys aren't to video creation yet. This is down the line. This is only week 3, but this is kind of what you're shooting for. Now, this is an exemplary. This is probably one of the better ones I had this session or last session, I guess, when I did it with my seniors. And I asked them to do a little bit more than you guys. But it's a very good video just to kind of show you what the final product would look like. Then we've got a 5-minute review. Remember, some of you have already done it. I think that's fantastic. But it's the question here. So whether you're in first block, you follow the link. Whether you're in fourth block, you follow the link. And I'm going to click on fourth. But basically, you've got the question right here. As we read the Odyssey, remember that Odysseus and his men serve as a model or a warning for behavior. Essentially, a myth is designed to reinforce cultural values. So first, you paraphrase an example of Odysseus, of a model of good behavior, or a warning of what not to do. And then after you've explained what happened, you just kind of sum up what the message is supposed to be. Here's the form or the rubric if you want, but basically you're shooting for 5 sentences. And all you need to do to answer is you click reply, which is right here. You type your response, and then you click post to forum. That's it. And of course, that is due Friday. I'm even giving you time Friday. If you haven't done it yet, I posted time into the Friday schedule. So that's something to think about as you hear these Odyssey lessons or Odyssey chapters, books, I guess. As you go, think about the model and the warning and what the lesson is. So Thursday, a couple minutes to just kind of think about the assignment once again. And then we've got book 10, Circe. You can watch the video as I read through it. 15 minutes SSR, 15 minutes to work on the book talk. So again, the book talk, that's the major thing that you should be working on. I'm putting time in every day for you to work on it. And then Friday, I do talk a little bit about the character chart here. The character chart is not due at this point. It's really just for you to kind of know who's who. I do envision at the end, when we are all done with the Odyssey, that you could, you know, maybe we'll do a matching portion that you can use your character chart for. Or we will do something with it, maybe turn it in. We'll see what is the best way to do it. But I've got the PDF version of the character chart, which is just this. I mean, the notes are really for you guys. The description, that's just who he is. So Odysseus, you know, king of Ithaca, husband to Penelope, son is Telemachus, and he's the star. But maybe in your notes, you're taking personal stuff, little things, like maybe an example of a model or a warning or something that you remember that was really unique about him or why he's relatable. The description is really the main point, though. These are the reminders. Like if you read Penelope, who's she again? And then you flip to your character chart. Oh, yeah, that's Odysseus' wife. So the description is just to remind you of who's who. And we will do something with it at the end, but it's not due right now. So also I put on here the PDF so you can print it. Everybody can see a PDF, but you can't type on a PDF. But if you do have Word and you want to type on it, you can do this version. Now, I also put links to 2 different websites to help you with characters. So if you're like, who is this guy again? And you need a resource to go check, they are listed on these sites. Just to note, Heracles, Hercules, there are different spellings and different pronunciations. I noted one on one of the sites. We've been calling him King Alcinous, and that's what a lot of translations say. King Alcinous, that's who Odysseus, he washed up on his shore, and the king is like, where have you been all these years? And Odysseus is like, well, let me tell you. And the whole thing's kind of a flashback. That's King Alcinous. Sometimes it's spelled Alcinous, just so you know. It usually, when you click on it, it'll often say, this is sometimes spelled as Alcinous. But just so you know, some of the translations, it depends on who translated it, 2,000 years ago. So that's why the spellings can be a little bit different. Not many, but there are a few examples. And as I said, for today, just go across the names that you recognize, know who's who. If you have a name that you think you should know, but you can't remember, that's when I would use the schmoop in the lit chart. Plus, as we go, as you are listening to me read, I might just be jotting stuff down too. Again, that's not due now. Right now, that's just to really help you keep everybody straight so that maybe when you are answering your form response, it can help you too, right? If you're talking about Now, who is the lady, we meet her this week, but who is the lady that turned his men into swine and he leaves no man behind and he goes back for men? That's Cersei. So it can help you with your forum post as well, too, just to keep the characters straight. Again, not do, just to help you. And then we've got book 12, The Land of the Dead. Then I give you, like I said, 15 minutes for you to work on and upload the response. You just click the one you were in. We already went over this. And then finally, you've got 10 minutes to work on SSR and book talk. So again, each day I'm giving you time. You should be working on SSR and working on book talks. Again, on Tuesday, I post the suggested schedule in a video that goes over the suggested schedule. And then also some helpful tips about creating the slideshow. And then I even give kind of an example of what a slide might look like, but what your story is going to be or what your script is going to be. So I think it's a real helpful video to let you know where you should be along the way and how to create slides. Now, one thing, I've had a few people take me up on this, but if you guys have questions, you're creating your slideshow, you're not sure, you want to send over something to check, great. Send us your outline if you want. I've given a couple of suggestions. You want to do a live session? Like you're having trouble with your slide or something, or you can't get something to create, we can do it live one-on-one anytime during office hours, which are right here. We can do a Zoom session and you can actually share your screen like I'm doing with you. And you can say, see, Mr. B, this is what I'm trying to do and I can't get it, and I can walk you through it. So if you need, just email Ms. Reeve, email myself, let us know. Our 2 emails are right here if you have any questions. Are there any questions at this point? I do not see any hands. You can also, there's a reaction button. You can even put up a thumbs up if you have a question, I suppose, or unmute yourself and just ask us. Okay, so I think it's pretty self-explanatory for what to do this week. Watch the videos, watch the suggested schedule. If you've got questions with that, let us know. It's only week 3, so we've got lots of time to be working on this. And again, all you really need is the menu or the mandatory stuff plus 1 menu option. That's it. So if you want to go for more, I'm certainly saying you should, you can, great, but that's all you technically need for passing. And then obviously you would write the script, create the slideshow and the video, but that's down the line. All the info is there though, if you're ready for it. I've posted it into Moodle, so you can check it out. And like I said, we're available office hours. If you have a one-on-one question, please let us know. Are there any other good news? Since we've got some people that joined after we did the good news, anybody want to share anything? Unmute yourself and let us know. All right, Ms. Reeve, anything else to add?
I don't think so, but like he said, just we encourage you to reach out to us by email, and we can work out something to meet up live to help you. I know I am planning to do that with one student. We're just trying to get it set up right now, time-wise. But you know, if we don't hear from you, we're assuming that you're good with everything, and if you're really struggling, we don't want that to wait, you know, till the last minute, so to speak. So just reach out to us. I know there's, you know, we've got 2 classes full of you guys, but that's what we're here for. You're benefiting from having 2 of us. So even in this format, if Mr. Battaglia is busy at a time that works for you, maybe I'm not. So we're here for you, and just don't let it stress you out. Just do your best.
Yeah.
It looks like, John, you want to share something?
I wouldn't say it's good news, but someone in my neighborhood passed away because of coronavirus.
I wonder if that's Ben's neighbor, perhaps. Boy, we talked about that at the beginning, that it's starting to get more cases here in DeWitt. I know they saw like someone at Meyer, a worker at Meyer, at least one had it, and certainly the nursing home. But yeah, now it's affecting, I know I've heard from other things at school, not necessarily in our class, but other students' families. So it's spiking here in DeWitt. So again, another reminder not to relax in the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else out there? I think I'll leave you on the note that this is pass fail. If you've got something struggling, you need questions, certainly let us know. But your most important thing is to take care of yourself. If something is overwhelming, you don't get something, please let us know. By far, though, is your mental health, your emotional health. Take care of that first. And if there's something adding to your stress, let's work it out, because we have a larger priority right now in this COVID-19 age to take care of yourself first. So please let us know if there is something that's going on or you're struggling with something. We'll handle it, because your safety and your mental health is the most important part. Okay, I will post this probably before 1, but you guys don't need to know that you were here live. But for the rest of us, if you missed this, again, there's the 11 o'clock if you want. You only have to go to 1, or you can watch the video. Once you do, I'm always supposed to be giving a secret word. So the secret word this week would be about water bottle. Water bottle is a secret word. If you're watching the video, email me or Miss Reeve with a secret word, and we'll count you for attendance. Water bottle's the word.
Don't type the secret word into the chat. That's not how that works.
Yeah, you guys don't need to do that. You're already here. And as long as you're typed your name into the chat, your attendance is good. I'm only giving the secret word for those that watch the video who weren't here. So that way they can't just say, watch the video, without really watching it. So that's the only reason I'm doing it. You guys are all set. All right, I think that's it. If you got questions, let us know. I hope you guys have a good week. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Remember to prioritize what's important, your health, your family, your mental well-being, and we'll get through this. Bye, guys.